Well, nice surprise, eh, Phil? That was my trip to Wigan, or Billinge. Just got back this afternoon. Great to see Jeff again. We saw him just over a year ago, 18 months ago, but I know you haven't seen him for a long time. But you know, that's... oh, excuse me, somebody at the door.
Hello.
Mate! How are you, mate?
How you doing, buddy?
Hey! Do you know what?
Ooh.
Phil! You know Phil? He's 60.
Phil
Ramboss, he's called Phil Evans now.
Phil Rams? No. The late.
Yeah.
Phil Ramsbottom, the
The
late.
baritone player. He's
60 today.
And we're talking to him now.
Oh, that's worth a drink.
Do you know, I just thought, you know, he's changed his name to Evans because
Right.
that was his birth name. We didn't know we had two Evanses in the group. We had Graham Evans and Phil Evans.
That's it.
And you know, it must have been Evans sent.
Oh, heavens. No.
Come in, let's talk to him.
You're looking better than Gene Pitney anyway, mate.
Quiet, shut up. Anyway, let's have a walk through. We just got a little word to Phil. And
It's worth a brand
see
new
what you have to
coat.
say. Have you got one?
Unless he's got one on for me there now.
I'll go see if I can
I
find
did
one.
had a good day. So, Phil Ramsbottom.
Where's your glass?
Got one in there.
What?
I saw you doing one through the window.
Alright, we'll go in here then.
I'll just grab
Come
my
on.
glass, eh?
Let's go in here and have a sit down and then we'll just talk to Phil. Well, Phil, here we are, and great to communicate with you in this way, but one of the things, you know, after all these years and the wonders of modern technology, you know, we can talk to you like this, and I hope you're having a great day. But it's a long time, isn't it? It must be 1965 since we first met. It was probably at the Albion Hotel along with Dave Baxter when you joined the band. I think along with Jeff and Mick about the same time.
Brilliant time. Just can't believe we're saying hello to you all the way in Aussie land. Hope you and all the family there having a brilliant day. And of course saying hello to some of the older guys. Kev's still as skinny as he ever was. I've got a helicopter landing patch on the top of my head there. I bet you've just still got that fantastic mop of hair of yours and them bushy eyebrows. He was a good looking lad, wasn't he?
He was a very good looking lad, and he sold the birds.
He did. You don't say that.
So
I was going to go down some of them stories and I thought, you know, best men do that, and you got the wife sitting there. I don't want to mention any of them stories about that one that, you know, with the sick in the bucket. The sick in the bucket in the room.
No.
We won't mention that.
But one of the things, you know, all the gigs we did, one of the things that sticks in my mind was when we were going to Denmark for the first time, and I do remember, I think we had to push the van, the old Ford Thames van, off the boat at Esbjerg. And lo and behold, Phil to the rescue. What did we do? Open the lid, the engine there, and it turned out to be a fault on the carburettor. So out comes the toolbox. There's you, Phil, on the carburettor, taking all the screws out. And we're all sat around watching. Out comes the carburettor, and there's a problem with the float chamber. And it was either a spring that was off, or it was dirty, or whatever. Anyway, you cleaned it all up, and we were all there, and we were really grateful for what you did. And then you put it all back together, and you started it up again, and it wouldn't go. And you tried again, and it wouldn't go. And I remember saying, do we need this? And it was the float chamber, not put it back. But then we did, and we eventually made our way to Copenhagen, and that's the first time when we found Peter's Hotel.
You missed the best one out there. Do you ever remember the time in Germany when we was all on an autobahn and Phil had pulled in? He did all the driving. How he did it, I don't know. How he did it, all that boozing and driving, I do not know. And do you remember, we come in the garage and then we got on the autobahn. We went for miles and miles and miles. It was pitch black at night. And then suddenly the van started smoking. Do you remember that, Phil? And the van went on fire. We pulled up at the side of the autobahn, everybody running to the woods. I was the last out of the van, it was on fire, and everybody said, all the gear, everything's going to burn. It was all going to burn, wasn't it?
We ran to a petrol station, and we got some water, we got a water...
No, we didn't do that. No, you've lost the story. You might remember this, Phil, yeah. Well, the van was on fire, and I said, we can't let all the gear go. and everybody saying, Mick, don't go in that van, it'll blow up. It was going to blow up. I jumped in through the door, I lifted the front of the engine up in the old Thames. You left a ragging, an oil rag. You'd done that bit in the garage with a dipstick, you dipstick. You'd done that, put it back in and put the rag in. You set the man on fire, I lifts it off, lucky for you, I had about 12 becks. I gets up in the engine, did my African elephant impersonation, and I put the fire out. Lucky for you. Another one of your big mistakes, mate. Well, you remember it? Now you remember it.
I do remember it.
Good story.
But of course, there wasn't just the Danish trip came later after the Germany trip, which was quite eventful. But all the Storyville gigs, the Hanau, all the Babenhausen, all those wonderful times. So what we've been able to do here is just the two of us and Jeff earlier today.
I was brilliant seeing Jeff.
My trip to Billinge was to wish you very best wishes.
I love Jeffrey Beachy Boy and you when you stood at the side of us was absolutely brilliant. That was some band. And I know you played some of the tapes back to the family. That was a band. And best times ever for us. It was a business. And there was a couple of times. What was that place we used to go to? That boutique where we used to get them clothes. Because it was the club we played, the Star Club. Do you remember
that club in Newhaven in Copenhagen?
Phil always used to somehow run out of money towards the end of the night. We used to play that game. And he always used to come up for 10 kroner, can you lend us 10 kroner, get back and all this stuff. Anyway, we've got loads of IOUs that Kev's still got in a box we've torn up for the 10 kroners. You owe us a fortune, mate. If you ever get over there, it's going to cost you a few bob.
You can buy the beers.
Definitely get the beers in.
But anyway, have a great day, and I'm sure we'll be able to meet for real not too long from now. So happy birthday, have a great 60th, love to you, your family, to Tony, and have a great time. So from me and Mick, all the best, Phil.
And Peachy Boy as well.
Happy birthday.
The very best. God bless. Still here, back.
Cheers, Phil.